The Arcturian group. The world has entered a new time. Dear reader, welcome to our message. The world has entered a new time, one in which present forms of business, religion, government, science, entertainment, tradition, and anything created from and supported by obsolete concepts are starting to crumble in order that new, better, and higher versions of them can manifest. What you are seeing at this time are not new and higher versions of these things. You are only at the beginning of much to come. What is taking place today will not be permanent, but is helping to awaken those who believe everything they see, hear, and are told by others. Increasingly more are starting to actually look at and question aspects of government, law, health, education, organized religion, and the world's current belief system. Mankind has reached a place of spiritual readiness to evolve beyond the well-established but increasingly obsolete belief system that has governed every aspect of life on Earth for eons. Allow the process, for it has indeed begun, and there is no need to wait for a sign or event to confirm it. Observe the process from the strong foundation that you are building as you learn to accept, integrate, and live your knowledge of absolute truth. Absolute truth is the fullness of spiritual reality and the foundation from which human consciousness evolves. Serious seekers of truth often get waylaid and confused by absolute truth because they expect that once you read a book, take a class, or start meditating, the spiritual truth they learn will automatically manifest. They may throw away their medicine, quit their jobs, etc., while shouting, "God is all." And when they find themselves in trouble, begin to doubt that what they have learned. Consciousness is creative. Mind is the interpreter of consciousness, and thus truth must be an attained state of consciousness before it can express. It is like learning to drive. You memorize the steps, practice, intellectual level, and soon driving becomes automatic, state of consciousness. Honesty is another example. You don't even consider stealing because honesty is your state of consciousness. Evolution is nothing more than every person's journey toward awakening into the reality of who and what they are. Evolution on Earth in three-dimensional energy has always consisted of experiences of good, bad, and horrible over the course of many lifetimes, until finally they learn everything needing to be learned from three-dimensional experiences and are ready to start looking within rather than without. After Earth becomes a higher resonating planet, those at the very beginning of their evolutionary journey will evolve on planets able to meet the needs of their energy levels. Living an authentic spiritual life is not about acting out concepts of how being spiritual looks, but rather consists of being in the world, doing what needs to be done while not being of it. It means assigning power only to God and all that God is, regardless of appearances. It means going within before making big decisions and trusting intuition be your guide and shield. It means being aware of the absolute truth that God is all there is, but not pretending a state of consciousness not yet attained. It means translating outer appearances to the spiritual reality underlying them, while taking the human footsteps you may be required to take at your present level of consciousness. Gradually, the truth you learn, hold in your heart, and live as best you can, becomes your attained state of consciousness, where the practice of truth is no longer needed because you are it. Life becomes easier and more harmonious, and when issues arise, they are more easily and quickly resolved because you hear and trust your intuition and your consciousness is manifesting outwardly. There is peace in your heart, which is the only way permanent, true peace will ever come to the world. Earth is a spiritual universe peopled with sons and daughters of God and governed by love. What you are seeing, have been seeing, and have been programmed to see for centuries are mind-formed interpretations of spiritual reality. In Earth's dense three-dimensional energy states of consciousness, conditioned lifetime after lifetime, with beliefs of duality, separation, and many powers, are only able to see, experience, and manifest God's perfect creations as material form. No one person is better or more loved by God than any other. All, whether on Earth or some other planet, are of the same one and only life. When you observe lives lived in less than an ideal way, It is important to remember that before incarnating, every person chooses the life lessons they feel they will need while on Earth. The homeless man or woman may have specifically chosen that experience for their learning. The alcoholic may have incarnated with the intention of once and for all re-experiencing, moving beyond, and then finally clearing lifetimes of addiction. The choice of race, skin color, or gender is often made for the purpose of experiencing the prejudice that he/she may have supported and been a part of in a previous life. Not everyone completes their chosen life lessons, but will be much closer to doing it in their next life. These times offer tremendous opportunities for everyone to awaken to new and higher states of consciousness should they choose. Those opening to that which is new and higher are often not fully aware of what has taken place within. Many do not express or are even consciously aware of spiritual knowledge, but rather find themselves living with more patience, compassion, understanding, and actions of oneness expressed in seemingly ordinary ways. You will or are already experiencing individuals coming to you with questions or for your opinion regarding what is going on. This is because your energy is attracting those of similar energy who are ready for more. This will increase. Never proselytize or randomly spout truth where it is not welcome, but be prepared to guide, assist, and teach those drawn to you. This is light work. Light work has always been thought of as forms of table work, healing, channeling, etc. But in reality, light work is simply silently and secretly being light. It is opening the door for someone, petting a lonely dog, or simply saying hello, while never forgetting to silently acknowledge their true divine nature. Everyone becomes a light worker when, without ego involvement or desire for recognition, they live life from a place of love, service, kindness, patience, etc. It is natural to feel some trepidation and confusion, or even be tempted to go into full-blown fear at this time. Don't resist, for this simply adds energy to appearances, but rather recognize these things for what they are. As you live each moment with truth in your heart and mind, you begin to experience levels where fear does not exist and find that you are no longer so deeply affected by appearances. You chose to be on Earth for these present times. You knew that evolved states of consciousness imbued with love and truth would be desperately needed for Earth's ascension process, but there is no need to do. Just be. We are the Arcturian group.